The PS4 is home to a multitude of new experiences, and what better way to bring out adrenaline and emotion than with horror? Out of 308 titles, we give you the PS4's top 10 horror games of all time, arranged by PlayScore. You can find the complete list on our website whattoplay.com, link in the description box below. Number 10. The Forest. As a plane crash survivor craving through the wilderness in search of his son, The Forest teases out the horrors of the unknown. Cannibals could be lurking just outside your periphery. Hear their calls, see their shadowy figures, and if you're not careful enough, get up close and personal. As a survival game, The Forest may be one of many, but quoting PS Lifestyle, leveraging complex enemy AI and subverting expectations of the sort of terrible things waiting for you in the wild, Endlight Games creates a new sort of thriller. It has a play score of 8.43. Number 9. Soma. Set in the deep-sea facility of Pathos 2, Amnesia's frictional games lets you wander around the complex as Simon Jarrett, questioning the monstrosities he witnesses throughout. Seemingly making up for the lack of storytelling of their previous games, Soma is actually rich with a philosophical narrative that will stay with you even after the game finishes. As Game Reactor notes, although it might lack subtlety in this regard from time to time, this is still a cerebral shocker that provokes the mind as much as it does the senses. It has a play score of 8.43. 8. The Evil Within 2. This follow-up to Shinji Mikami's third-person survival horror took their formula to newer, more expansive heights. Shifting to an open-world environment, the game gives us a lot of tension to knuckle through. That is, before it hits you with terrifying encounters with milk monsters and obscuras with legs. For their protagonist Sebastian Castellanos, the stakes are even higher as he navigates the nightmarish town in a bid to save his daughter. According to Cultured Vultures, it may have made some design concessions that could dissuade fans of the original, but The Evil Within 2 is a far more engrossing nightmare that you won't want to wake up from. It has a play score of 8.47. 7. Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. It's no surprise that the VR did the horror genre a huge service. Slap that to the adrenaline of Five Nights at Freddy's iconic animatronic scares, and ding ding, we have ourselves a winner. Containing both the terrifying security camera encounters of their classic games, as well as a few original minigames, this VR experience is something else to behold, whether for newcomers or longtime fans. From Destructoid's Jordan DeVore, he says even if you've never touched a Five Nights game before in your life, you'll have a lot to latch onto. It has a play score of 8.5. Number 6. Alien Isolation. Perhaps one of the best film franchise adaptations out there, Alien Isolation perfectly captured the helpless atmosphere into video game format. This is set 15 years after the film's events, and it takes us into the role of Amanda Ripley as she investigates the case of her mother's disappearance. It's not just that it pits you against an enemy that listens and adjusts to your every move, it's also that it has no problem leaving you completely vulnerable to their formidable xenomorph. As noted by Sixth Axis, you're not the hero, you're the prey. It's not perfect, and it's definitely aged since, but it remains a staple in the genre with a play score of 8.51. Did you know your reviews can influence these play scores? Register now at whattoplay.com and start reviewing some games. Link in the description box below. Entering our top 5, Outlast. Spawning its own phenomenon of scared YouTubers, Outlast's reputation for terror precedes itself even among non-gamers. A homage to Blair Witch, it challenges you to traverse the halls of a psychiatric hospital with nothing but a camera and your stealth skills. And it's not just the jump scares that will get you though. As PS Lifestyle notes, Outlast is truly shaped by the ambience it creates, by creating believable circumstances and enveloping you in them at a psychological level. Filling the wards with a pervading sense of doom and accentuated by a soundtrack that screams for you, Outlast is top-notch with a play score of 8.54. Number 4. Until Dawn. If you've ever found yourself yelling at characters in horror movies for their stupid decisions, then this game from Supermassive Games just might be the solution. Packing in all the tropes of a slasher film, following 8 stereotypical characters on a cabin retreat in the remote mountains, you get to make the choices for them in unexpected quick-time events that make you feel the panic of the situation. It's an experiment in horror presentation, and especially for critics, it ultimately paid off. As a piece of interactive fiction, it's a remarkable experience that horror fans shouldn't miss. It has a play score of 8.6. At our top 3, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. One of the most ubiquitous names in the business, Capcom took the franchise back to its roots in this soft reboot, returning to the gruesome survival horror formula as Ethan Winter lost in the halls of the Baker estate. Graphically, it's a spectacular ride with a game on a brand new engine, but most importantly, in first person, giving you front row seats to Jack Baker's rampage. And giving it a 10 out of 10, GameSpew describes it as a petrifying whirlwind of paranoia, a masterclass of suspense, an awe-inspiring triumph, and a truly remarkable experience. It has a play score of 8.86. Number 2, Resident Evil 2. With so many Resident Evil titles to choose from, it's so hard to choose just one, especially with what Capcom brought us in this ground-up remake of a PlayStation classic. Claire and Leon's battles against Raccoon City's undead was scary enough, but here the stakes are even higher with improved graphical fidelity, as well as story adjustments that elevate from campy to a stronger sense of dread. To quote GameSpot's 2019 review, Resident Evil 2 is not only a stellar remake of the original, but it's also simply a stronger horror game that delivers anxiety-inducing and grotesque situations, topping some of the series' finest entries, with a play score of 9.28. Number 1 and the highest rated horror game is The Last of Us Remastered. Everybody knows the power of Joel and Ellie's story, but the post-apocalyptic survival adventures also makes for a terrifying horror experience. Having to live in a dog-eat-dog world where everyone's out to get each other is one thing, but there's also the clickers, unrecognizable humans fully engulfed by the fungus. Naughty Dog is adept at balancing action with players' interaction with monsters, and a story that could render your heart in two. Praised more for its technical improvements, US Gamer has this to say: The Last of Us is about refinement, not innovation, and this version takes the art of refinement another step forward. It has a play score of 9.41.